Hello everyone, Adam here with a quick tutorial on UV mapping within Sketchup. This is a quick technique using the new Artisan plugin from Dale Martin's. If you haven't picked this up, you don't know what you're missing, I would recommend it. We're also going to use a plugin by community member Pixaro. Jan wrote this great projection plugin. We're going to use both of these plugins in combination to essentially do what is projected texture painting. So I am going to get into this group down into the nested level, select my smoothed outer shell here of this chase lounge that I want to add a wicker furniture texture to. I have a black wicker furniture here that I'm going to apply. And you can see it's a little bit messed up, and it's the lines, which should be running straight across, are not. What we're going to do is, first thing, we're going to deselect when the Artisan plugin is activated. Any one of these tools, if there's a selection present, it will limit the tools to that selection. So we're going to deselect everything, and then we are going to go into the select brush, and we're going to paint a section here and paint select a section here in the front. And what I want to do is hit the space bar, drop the tool. I'm going to right click on these faces that I selected. I'm going to go to Jan's UV projection tool, and because this is on the red axis, I'm going to switch the projection axis to red. I'm going to leave all the other settings as default and hit OK. Now this is my projected texture on here. So I'm going to go back into the paintbrush from Artisan and hold the Alt key to bring up the eyedropper, select my projected texture, and then begin to paint that texture. Oh, I still have a selection, so I have to, again, because that was selected, that limits the paintbrush to that area. So I'm going to pick the paintbrush again, hold Alt, select that, and then I can begin to paint here. I can increase the size of my brush by hitting the right arrow key. The benefit of this versus setting up a plane and projecting the plane is it just allows you to feather the corners where the two different planar projections meet. So as we get this side done, we can also use that red x-axis projection and paint the other side. And we just want to go until we kind of start seeing just a hair of stretching. And normally it will run a little smoother. Just doing the screen record is taking a little bit of toll on my system. But you can see now we're all lined up and projected properly there. I'm actually going to go in and hide everything else. What I want to do now is do something similar as I did before. Do the exact same thing. I'm going to grab the select brush. I'm going to just sample a portion here. I'm going to use the UV projection and switch this to the green axis and hit OK. Deselect. I'm going to grab my paintbrush, hold Alt, sample this area, and you can kind of see there I'm painting out the blend where these two meet together. Doesn't always work out perfectly. You can reduce the size of the brush and again sample the other side and kind of blend these together. It would work a lot better if I had more polys in this face. As it turns out, this was already poly reduced, so it did take its toll a little bit. But the more faces you have, obviously, the more blending that you can do in between the two different projections. And I'm going to sample this again, head around to the front, and we are going to use that to paint across the front. A little bit of stretching there. It just has more to do with the fact that this texture is not truly an unwrapped surface that we're painting on. So anywhere that there's some deviations from this vertical plane, you're going to get a little bit of texture stretching, but as far as a workflow solution, it's better than I think we've had previously. And I think the results are fast, clean, and you have a lot more control over what exactly is going on where these two textures meet, as opposed to trying to do a four-sided box, project each side, or a two-sided box and project each side. So that's a quick rundown on using Artisan with the selection and paintbrush tools, and using the planar plugin, planar UV projection plugin from Pixaro. So there you have it. Go pick up those plugins and have fun.